everyone. Welcome to my juicing series. My name is Nivia, and I am a holistic health practitioner. I do my classes here. Now, you know that they've opened up their new store down in Miami Gardens, so I'll be doing it there as well, but probably next week. So I do probably the same class. It depends on the people that come out. And as a holistic health practitioner, I believe juicing or doing smoothies, a healthy smoothies, are one of the quickest and best ways to get healthy. How many of us have had some health challenges or have somebody that we love that have had some health challenges, and so then we want to do something better for ourselves? How many of us? So kind of when we're bombarded with new information, we hear all kinds of things. Don't eat this, eat that. Milk is good for you, milk is not good for you. Eat eggs, don't eat eggs. Oh my God, do soy milk, don't do soy milk. There's just so much information. And my rule of thumb, when I see clients at my place of practice, I always say that whatever it is that you do, be balanced. 85%, try to be as good as possible, and then that 15%, if we cheat a little bit, it's okay, because the more we learn about food, the more there's going to be to learn. It's like an ever-ending cycle of continuous learning. I always tell my clients, I joke, and I say, you almost need a PhD to read the labels on the back of the can. It's crazy, but, you know, the simpler you keep it, the better. So how many people here juice or do smoothies? Like back there. Well, that's good. So we're kind of ahead of the game, and I believe that people that come to the store are kind of ahead of the curve. So I applaud you for coming out. Now I have here two instruments that I think are super important for a person to have in their home, whether it's a juicer, and this is my cheapy juicer, but it does me well so far. I used to have another one, a Jack LaLanne, and it kind of went bonkers on me, so we bought this one, and it's been good so far. And then this one is one of the top-of-the-line blenders that are available. They have this one called Vitamix, and there's also Blendtec and others. Depending on where you are in your curve to wanting to get healthy, whether you have a cheapy one, they run anywhere from, you can get a handheld blender that costs $20, and to a blender that can run you up to $300 or $400, a juicer. So they can get quite pricey. And the same thing with a blender. They can be as cheap as, you can probably get something for $49. This one is probably $300, and the new one that they got of the Vitamix, I think is close to $500. So it all depends on where you are. Earlier we were talking, and we asked about, how do I know to buy a good blender? Do you all like your juicer? Who has a juicer at home? Okay. Which do you have? Jack LaLanne? How about you?
I have Jack LaLanne and the new one from Montel.
How do you like the Montel one?
I haven't used it yet. That's what you do.
Okay.
Mine's in the box. The Montel's in the box
All
still.
right. What do you have? Hello. So people you're familiar with them. I simply just say get one that you like and that you have the counter space for. So as you can tell, they take up a lot of counter space. The difference may be that the pulp will be inside, as opposed to the Jack LaLanne. Usually the pulp kind of comes on the outside. I put a plastic bag in it and then just either use it for compost, or you can use it for, you can use it actually if you use a lot of berries that are very good on antioxidants. Take that pulp and put it in your yogurt. If you, might as well continue the cycle. So you can take the pulp if you do blueberries and strawberries in the juicer, and you can stick that in your yogurt and you can eat it that way. But it has to be the plain yogurt, not anything that's full of sugar and sweetening. You just put that in and it gives it some sweetness. You have to make sure that there's not a million pieces. One of the ones that I think is one of the nicest ones is the Omega. Have you heard of that one? That one's really nice. That one and the Breville as far as the juicer. But it has a lot of different parts. See, this one has 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. The Omega has a little thing that you screw on, and if you lose that thing to screw on the spinner, then you won't be able to use it. So, and if kids are going to be using it and cleaning it out, then you want to just be more mindful of what you want. But so far, until this one comes out on me, I'll do this one, and then have the one again with a big mouth that you can just stick a whole apple through, and that's fine. They just, some experts will say, again, the seed of the apple, if you consume too much of it, like if you're juicing apple 2 or 3 times a day and you don't remove the seed, it can become a little toxic. The seed of the apple. So even if you are able to put in the whole apple, you may want to just core it, take the core out, and then just put in the whole apple. I know that we want convenience and it's easier just to put everything in, but clean up a couple of fruits, and if we plan ahead of time, it should be a breeze. Any questions? Ready? Today I brought both of these out, but I usually alternate. I usually will do one of each. Today I'm gonna do just the juicer, so you can see and taste some of the different things that we can do with our fruits and our vegetables. Now, as you well know, the difference between organic and conventional is these I could just rinse out, and as you can tell, they don't have a wax buildup. When you juice, a lot of times you can just put in everything with the skin except for, anybody know? No, you can do the skin of the pineapple.
The core?
The grapefruit and oranges. And because the rind of the grapefruit and the orange is very difficult for us to digest. But everything else, you can pretty much put it in through there, and it's a free-for-all. Yeah. Some people want to cut it out, some people cut, you can do all of these. A little secret about carrots as well as beets. It's great to buy them like this, but when you go home, they say it's good for you to cut out the green part because it kind of takes up the moisture from the actual carrot. But this is actually the best way to buy it. And baby carrots are good, but the more mature carrots are better because they have more flavor because they didn't pull them out, before they were fully ripe. So that's just a little secret. This is the same for this as it is for the beets, okay? So then we'll start with our juicing. Today, I have 2 that we're going to do. And I always like to give some information about the importance of juicing. Why do you juice? Why do you do?
Well, I just purchased one, so I haven't been using it.
Okay.
I just buy it,
Okay.
so I don't even know how to use it.
Why do you?
I do it because the amount of fruits and vegetables that I would have to eat, it's too much.
Right.
So when I juice it, I just get it concentrated. Yeah.
So she juices because she's able to get, instead of chewing 10 carrots, she's able to put the carrots in there. So we do it because we get our vitamins and minerals. What are some other reasons why you juice? For intestinal health? Yeah, so we want it, but that's basically the reason why most of us are juicing, because we do it for our health. Why do you juice?
Same.
Okay, wonderful. It's one of the quickest and fastest and easiest ways to get our vitamins in. It's like getting an IV of nutrients, and it's the best thing that we can do. Another reason to juice is because a lot of times if we're meat consumers, we have something called the pH balance, which is the definition of that is the potential for hydrogen. It's a whole chemistry book that you can read on that. But simply, we have to be in balance with everything. And in our body, we cannot be too acid and we cannot be too alkaline. So when we juice, it helps balance out the acidity and the alkalinity that we have. But you get a test done and it tells you if you're way too acid, if you're way too alkaline, because we want to be in the middle. We want to be at 7.0 as opposed to really acid, which is 5 and 4 and 3, or really alkaline, which is 8 and 9 and 10. All right?